Hi everyone, I'm OPChris, this is the Manosaurus, and today we're at the Theros Prerelease. I chose Path of Wisdom, the way of the philosopher, and I'm currently 4-0, and I decided to share my deck with you guys. As you can see, my curve isn't that great. I have a lot of heavy 5, I got a 6, but the real magic's right here in 3. It's right under this Wave Crash Triton, which served as a blocker a few times. Pretty helpful. The heroic ability hasn't really helped. I don't have a lot of things, but right here, I managed to pull 2 Thassa. Got it to see. It's kind of broken. Scry ability is just extremely powerful, just exactly as powerful as I expected it to be. The fact that I can draw a card or scribe one. If I don't like the card I'm about to draw, I just throw it under the bus. And some blockable ability isn't bad either. To be completely honest, I kind of forgot about it a few times. But getting the devotion is not very hard. Not as hard as I thought it would be, at least. So let's see what else I have. Let's look at my 4-drops, because these are really important too. The Breaching Hippocamp, not so much. I do love the Seahorse. Makes a very nice blocker, very nice combat trick for blue, which doesn't have a lot of combat tricks to begin with. But, again, real magic's under it. Griptide. Just like what you said. This thing is a bomb. The fact that A, you're getting rid of a creature, B, you're getting rid of enchantments that are on said creature, or +1/+1 counters on said creature, and C, you're throwing it back on top of their deck. So that means they lose a draw. Of course, if you've already seen the feature match table I was in, where I faced the red-white, is that green deck? The red-white-green deck. There was an opportunity where I could Griptide a creature. Wasn't a good idea. Sometimes Griptide can come back to haunt you. You know, creature with a come into play effect. A little strong. Let's see here. We have the pre-release card. That's my that's the top of the curve. He wins games. Just flat out wins the game. Doesn't even need to necessarily hit the monstrosity, although if you do, just there's no way around it. But he's only died once. I ain't complaining. Next we have the 5-drops. You've noticed I'm pretty heavy on the 5-drops, and there's a very good reason. First of all is the Sealock monster. A 5/5 blocker is not a bad thing at all, especially for 5 mana. And then if you get the mana from Monstrous, which is just 2 turns afterwards, then you're swinging in with a 5/5, they have to answer it. For a blue deck, it's really good. Next comes Prescient Chimeras. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I would manage to pull a playset of these. The Scry, honestly, didn't come into play all that often. Of course, you haven't seen really any instance except for the Griptides. I don't have many more. But the fact that it's a 3/4 body, flying in the air, in limited, is just really strong. Because if they have a blocker, they're usually losing that blocker. So let's move on to the 2-drop. Oh, before we move on to the 2-drops, I do want to point something out. My 5-drops and the Kraken all have 2 blue mana symbols in their mana costs. Therefore, I have a Wave Crash Titan, Thassa. Let's say I have it enchanted with Aqueous Form, which I'll get to in a second. I guess I have to play one of these guys. She's good. She's good to go. Swing.